right, we're back at the desk. Welcome back, everybody. It's another comic book video. Today we're talking about all of the number ones, the new number ones that you guys can find at your comic book stores in the month of August. So all the brand new August number ones. I got a nice list going here. You guys know I like to do this video every single month. And if it helps you out, I'd appreciate a like. And if you really like, you can hype it. But let's get into the list, starting off with my 3 most anticipated comic books. We got to talk about Batman and Robin Year One dynamic duos. I'm so excited for Mark Waid and Chris Samney to rejoin for another exploration of Dick Grayson in that early Robin era, teaming up with Batman, of course. I loved Batman and Robin Year One when that came out. It was going at the same time as Batman Dark Patterns, so it's hard to say what the best Batman series going at the time was, but man, it was neck and neck between this and Batman Dark Patterns. So I'm really glad that they're coming back for a second volume. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that this arc, this volume, is really going to sort of focus on the first appearance of Catwoman into the story. Maybe that complicates the Dick Grayson and Bruce relationship. But I'm excited for Batman and Robin Year One. This comes out in the middle of August, August 12th. You guys can find it at your comic book stores. Next up, let's talk about another DC Vertigo title, man. You guys know I love DC Vertigo. I'm so happy with all the different titles that we have so far, but they're keeping the momentum going by bringing us a ROM V teaming up with Mike Perkins for this next DC Vertigo title. You guys can read the solicit here, but I'll tell you all you need to know. Wizard Spies. There you go. That's it. A Wizard Spy series from ROM V with art from Mike Perkins. Let me just show you guys some of the previews to give you guys a taste of the art. I love Mike Perkins' style. This duo already has worked together in the past with their excellent ROM V and Mike Perkins Swamp Thing run, right? So that's really great to see that this duo has already had success working together. Previews look great. I think that everything I hear about Black Tower, the Raven Conspiracy, it all sounds excellent. So I'm looking forward to picking this up at the tail end of August, August 26th. And then my third most anticipated comes from Rick Remender over at Giant Generator / Image Comics. You guys know how that works. But we got Steve Epting joining Rick Remender on the art here. We got Matt Hollingsworth doing the coloring. So we have just this all-star creative team bringing us Hammerfist. This comes out at the tail end of August. Meet Mike Denton, a dirtbag hitman junkie and absentee father who spent his life chasing the easy fix, drugs, cheap sex, and murder for money, while failing the one person who still believes he can be better, his daughter. Now, on the eve of Black Noon, an ancient darkness that erases the light in all things, Mike has to drag himself out of the gutter, awaken a supernatural weapon powered only by love, and fight his way through the living embodiment of evil to save her. That sounds like an excellent series. That's a great solicit, great write-up. Reservoir Dogs meets Evil Dead in a filthy crime story that mutates into a savage splatter horror nightmare from Rick Remender and Steve Epting. Real quick, show you guys the preview. It's got that excellent Steve Epting art. That must be our main character there, the dirtbag hitman. So I'm excited to see Hammerfist when that comes out at the tail end of August. August is a pretty heavy month, man. So let's get into some of the other comic book series you guys can expect. Besides my most anticipated big 3, we also have the return of Bug Wars. Of course, Bug Wars is the excellent series written by Jason Aaron with art from Mohamed Asrar and coloring from Matt Wilson, letter Rebecca Carey. This is all about this kid named Slade. He gets shrunken down to the size of a bug, and he's hanging out with all the different bugs in his backyard. Except it's kind of a cross between that, like Ant Bully vibes, with Game of Thrones. All the different bugs have their own clans there's like war between all of them. There's all these different like kingdoms and different sections that the yard is split up into. So Slade is kind of just thrown into this crazy world of bugs in his backyard, and I'm really happy that this is getting a second volume. I'm excited to see it continue. Bug Wars was excellent. Definitely don't miss out on that volume number 1. Moving along, we have the Smart Division. Shout out to my boy Zach Kaplan. Met him at San Diego Comic-Con. Also had a chance to meet up with John Pearson as well. They sent me a couple of these little posters, nice little package, some early look at the Smart Division. Already I'm here for the vibes, right? Picture like the X-Files or like Minority Report, like those kind of vibes, right? but they're bringing us this story about these criminals who start using AI for crime, and you need to have this like department agency spun up to help combat that. So it's got like True Detective X-Files vibes, right? Everything about this series I'm just loving. I really love John Pearson's art style as well. It's got that painted, really cool look. Let's look at the preview. And there's nothing like it in comic books, man. Like this John Pearson stuff, the only person who's even slightly like this is like Martin Simmons, you know what I mean? So that's great company to be in. I'm excited for the Smart Division to start on August 5th. Shout out to Zach Kaplan and John Pearson. This one is going on my pull list. That's from Dark Horse Comics, out August 5th. The week that I'm recording this, you guys should find this in your comic book stores. It's not too late to add it to your FOC, get issue 2, and continue the series that way. Let's talk about Chachu from writer Iman Vellani. This is the actress who played Miss Marvel. She's bringing us this story about this 19-year-old named Layla in 1979. She's going to be going on a coming-of-age experience in the entertainment industry. She's going to be kind of teaming up with a middle-aged, semi-retired private eye. So it's going to have this interesting, setting. It's going to have these interesting kind of characters and theming, but it's from an up-and-coming actress. So I'm really excited to see her take for a comic book series. Obviously, her being such a fan of comic books and wanting to play Miss Marvel, let's see what she's got in terms of the writing. So I'm excited to check out Chachu when this comes out. I'm a sucker for crime and noir. You add that kind of coming of age, sprinkle it on top. Sounds good to me. That comes out on August 5th, the week that I'm recording. Next up, of course, you have to mention Miles Morales' Spider-Man. He's getting that new _1 starting on August 12th. And this is written by Brian Hill with art from Valentin Delandro and coloring from coloring from Brian Valenza and additional art from Nico Leone. This is going to be the next era of Miles Morales. It's going to have him going back to the red and black. Spider-Man thinks he has it all handled. Homework, supervillains, a new school crush? No. Miles is focused on what matters, helping the good folks of Brooklyn, the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man at its best. But a vengeful villain from Jeff Morales' past with S.H.I.E.L.D. threatens to destroy not only Spider-Man, but the entire Morales family. I'm excited to see and join this new era of Miles Morales. I think the previews look great. Like the art looks really sick as I'm flipping through this. And I've just been missing Spider-Man, dude, right? Like obviously with Brand New Day coming out especially and it being so excellent, I have a hole in my heart for like a web swinging type of series. And I'm hoping that this new #1 serves to be a great jumping on point for those like me that want a Spider-Man series to subscribe to. So here we go. We're going to try it out when Miles Morales #1 comes out on August 12th. Moving along, we got a couple more to talk about, like The Last Driver. This is from writer-artist Sean Murphy. There was an ash can of this out at San Diego Comic-Con, but I didn't get a chance to pick it up. It's all about America in the not-too-distant future. No one knows how to drive except for a driver. And it's going to be this interesting kind of, not post-apocalypse, whatever, but it's like slightly in the future. And the main guy, Clutch, is going to be trying to save his granddaughter's life, but it is going to turn into this rebellion against technology, fascism, and the future of a divided America. So a lot of different things going on here in Sean Murphy's latest series, but this is coming out of Image Comics on August 19th. I'll give it a shot and we'll see how we rock with it. It's giving kind of Mad Max vibes a little bit in its solicit, but then if you scroll through and look at kind of the art, it is in that kind of not too distant future. So very interesting setting and theme going on for The Last Driver. A couple more series to talk about, like Batman Bad Seeds Sunset. This is a #1 that starts the Batman Bad Seeds event. So if you're looking to jump on, this is the best place to do it. Of course, is that event from Matt Fraction and G. Willow Wilson, really focusing on the Gotham side of the DC universe. We're going to have tie-ins to Poison Ivy, and then we also have some returning favorites coming back, like Gotham Central, new #1s, or issue 2s or whatever for Gotham General, right? So real big expansion of the Gotham City side of things. We've been seeing all these different threads being built up from Matt Fraction in the pages of his Batman title. So let's see it all come to fruition in Batman Bad Seeds. We also have a couple one-shots, like Next Level one-shot. I put this one on here because I heard Jerry Duggan talking about it at the DC Next Level panel. He kind of hyped me up for this one, man. So this is going to kind of lay out the future of DC and DC Next Level, but telling a real fun Deadshot story at the same time. So this one might be one to pick up. Not necessarily a must read, Maybe it'll come out on DC Universe Infinite day and date. We'll have to see. Last thing I want to talk about is the ROM Special. This debuted in the blind bag, if you guys remember. I think that was for Mask, if I remember correctly. So some people got a chance to read this already. I might pick this up, right? I want to see kind of what ROM's all about. He's one of those classic characters from years past that everyone has a fondness for. So I'd be interested in checking out the ROM Special and seeing what's up. That comes out August 26th. But that's all we have for, August number ones that I wanted to talk about. Hopefully you guys found this video interesting. If you did, I'd appreciate a like. And if you really like it, you can hype. Subscribe, man, because I'm doing comic book videos pretty much every day. If I missed a day, let me know, because I feel like I haven't in a while. Thank you guys for watching, and read more comics.